Okay, greetings, Starwalker. Greetings, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yes, lots of love. We are here with Starwalker. We're going to continue this beautiful astrology report um, because we are approaching 8/8, the Lionsgate portal, and also having the full moon in Aquarius on Saturday, August 9th. And I know for me personally, it's this time of year has always been like monumental and creating a lot of change for me in my life. So I'm really, really excited to hear your report and what you have to say about it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many different dimensions of this. So if we hope we can make sense of this all as it builds into a culminating uh, acknowledgement of the personal power we're wielding and how we're able to magnify the power of the heart through the opportunities offered by the celestials.
Mm,
So I'd like to start with the 8/8 portal because 8/8 is actually a numerological portal.
mm,
Many associate it with Sirius, but we'll go into that a little later.
okay.
Um, Numerology for me is the expression of human creative intelligence. We were the ones who basically invented numbers and symbols to communicate more clearly with what we've been experiencing on a consciousness level.
Mm,
The charts themselves, the Sirius conjunction with the sun, the other portals that open cosmically are the cosmic background that our creative intelligence engages to manifest on Earth. So
mm,
the 8/8 is not necessarily connected with Sirius. It is connected now with the heliacal rising of Sirius, but it's a numerological portal that is very special because what it does is it creates a sequence, what I call a sequence of numbers. So um, 8/8 and 8/17 and 8/26 are what I call sequence days.
mm,
And as you know, I have been experimenting with what I call the Trinity key or the compound key
mhm,
in my readings. And since I combined numerology with astrology, my sessions became much clearer.
mm,
So in with what I've called the Trinity or compound key, there are three numbers associated with your birthday. You have your life path number, which is what most people are familiar with,
mhm,
but then you also have your soul number and your physical and your body soul number. It creates a
mm,
trinity of numbers that create a sequence in your chart, in your life.
okay.
So on 8/8, um, we have what's called a sequence because the trinity key will descend from the highest number to the lowest number. In other words, today uh, we're in a two universal year. So 8/8 would be a 2/1/9 day. You see how it descends from the two to the one to the nine, and those work for what I call sequence days. And those 3 days, we have those three sequence days a year, and 8/8 happens to be one of them.
Mm,
So when the sequence starts with the highest number going down to the lower numbers, it's building a bridge from the earth to the heavens.
mm,
And then we have seven other sequence days in um, January and October, and they build the bridge from Earth to heaven. So 8/8 by numerologically is a very powerful day, and in terms of it relating to the Sirius connection with Sirius, the dog star, the heliacal rising of Sirius is described as the first visible appearance of Sirius over the horizon. The actual combination of the Sun and Sirius occurs every year on July 5th and 6th when the Sun is conjunct Sirius. He's in the under Sirius is kind of washed out by the brilliance of the sun until he gradually then begins to emerge from the light of the sun and become visible over the horizon around 8-8. Now, the heliacal rising of Sirius varies depending upon where we are on Earth. It can, interestingly enough, the heliacal rising of Sirius appeared at the Great Pyramids on August 1st in the Avatar portal. And now it's as you move further north, the heliacal rising of Sirius occurs on 8-8 along the 37th parallel. And the 37th parallel, if you're aware of this UFO observation of this particular parallel, is called the UFO highway.
Hmm.
It's like the 37th parallel is 37 degrees north, across the U.S. and the world. Seems to relate to an increased sighting of those from elsewhere.
Wow. Okay.
So, so it's interesting that on the first appearance, like beyond the sun's glare, visible to us, it's called its heliacal rising.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can look that up, and it'll give you the astronomy of it.
Okay.
So for the ancient Egyptians, this was very important because the heliacal rising of Sirius marked the flooding of the Nile, and it became very central to um, their calendar. And but that was like a couple thousand years ago, and now the flood, the Nile doesn't flood any longer because they built the Aswan Dam in 1970. So it's not really tied into the ecological rhythm of Egypt any longer. But for us, I was kind of tripping on how Jupiter now is combining with the star Sirius as well. And Venus will also be combining with Jupiter on the night of the 11th, and creating this beautiful portal that's like a once in a 12-year portal of the expanding light of Sirius to our planet. And the Sirius has another star revolving around it called Sirius B. And have you ever heard of the Dogon tribe? The Sirius mystery. And they associate the star Sirius with their origins. They say they came here from that Sirius B planet revolving around Sirius called the Pneumo. So it's connected in with the origins of humanity itself. And as Sirius rises now, conjunct Venus and Jupiter, have you been getting up earlier and watching the close conjunction of Venus and Jupiter?
Yeah.
Have you seen it in the sky?
I haven't seen that yet. I gotta. That's why I woke up today at 5 in the morning. I've been getting woken up really, really early and earlier each day, so I'm gonna make sure.
Yes, it's exact now, and you have to really concentrate on Venus because you see a tiny pinpoint of light right next to it. It's like really close. You have to really look closely to see it, and that's the second brightest object in the sky, planet, and they're like right next to each other right now, and they'll be conjunct on the 11th, 12th, right on the star Sirius. So it's the Sirian portal is actually being activated, not by the sun, but by this Venus-Jupiter conjunction on the 12th. So it's building and building and building through the full moon to open the gateway to this higher order of recognition that we are fundamentally related, Venus and Jupiter in Cancer, as one human family. And the origins with Sirius being the brightest star So we have the brightest star from Earth's vantage point, the brightest planets, Venus and Jupiter, from Earth's vantage point, combining together.
Wow.
And it's like this beautiful, powerful expression of the highest order of love that can unite and bring the human family together,
Mm.
realizing its own star origins. So it's like
Wow.
this is a star people visitation portal. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the star people have been here all along. Many have not realized it until late in their life, but it's a time for those who recognize themselves as being
Mm-hmm.
from the stars to come forward and become highly visible
Wow.
as a uniting power of love that transcends the human differences we represent to one another.
Mm. It's
And
like a
what's in, and what's
sorry.
on top of that, brother, if that wasn't enough, this Venus Sirius uh, Jupiter portal is exactly not just close, but exactly conjunct the United States' sun. So you know we have so the United States is being called
Mm.
to really be the shining light on the hill,
Mm.
to be the living example of the power of love that unites all of humanity
Wow.
for the next year until June of 2026, when the next Venus Jupiter conjunction occurs, also in Cancer, but late Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any personal connections to that area of the chart around 14 degrees of Cancer, then you are being tapped on the shoulder to be a living representative of that greater love manifesting from the stars. Now, in the last interview we did, I talked about observing Venus as the morning star.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have all three of the brightest stars and planets visible to us from Earth's vantage point in the night sky, rising just before dawn. All three of them now, reminding
Mm.
us
The Trinity of
almost
Light.
as the heralds of the greater life that's to come,
Mm.
because they appear just before dawn. And as the sun begins to enter twilight,
Mm-hmm.
their light becomes increasingly dimmed,
Mm-hmm.
showing us that no matter how bright the light that we receive on the 3D level,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't compare to our direct connection vertically to the source of love, the light itself, the great light, dawning upon all of us and opening the depths of our heart to a new level of love that we have never been able to imagine was possible. So this is the gateway with the full moon in Leo, in Aquarius,
Mm-hmm.
opposite the sun in Leo, to realize how Leo, being the brilliance of your own star, taking the stage.
Mm.
When the sun rises, it's so bright you can't help but notice it. It just kind of dominates everything else, even blots out all the other stars, right?
Right.
And we kind of forget that this beautiful being we call the sun is actually a star, and we're
Mm-hmm.
this close to a star, you know. So Leo is the sun rules Leo, the heart.
Right.
So its opposite, its balance point, is Aquarius.
Mm.
It's right across from Leo is Aquarius.
Wow.
And I always associate Aquarius with a constellation of stars because it's connected with your friends, your soul group.
Mm-hmm. And
So the
humanity, right?
brilliance. So when you ignite the brilliance of your own sun, Leo, you're a balance point to the soul tribe that you're a part of, who is a
Mm-hmm.
constellation of stars. And the only way a constellation of stars can manifest is that each one of the stars within the constellation shine as bright as they can.
Right.
They're individual stars, unique, bringing a unique frequency and
Mm.
state of awareness and gift to the constellation that constellation could not exist without each one of them shining brightly. So the
Mm.
full moon in Aquarius, the moon being in Aquarius, is realizing that we all need to shine brightly so that our constellation of consciousness and awareness can manifest in the world with a greater light than even one single star can by itself. And that's the
So
full
in other
moon.
words,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to come together.
Yeah. Well, the
Mhm.
first step of that is really shining your own light brilliantly. And then it's interesting how when you do, then other stars begin to notice you and they
Mhm.
begin to join your circle. And before you know it, you have a constellation of stars.
Right.
Aquarius,
Mhm.
those whose heart, because it's a heart resonance. This isn't a mental resonance so much as a heart resonance.
Mm.
You'll know when you're in the presence of another soul tribe member that your heart just relaxes.
Huh.
You just feel like you're just really comfortable with that person.
Mm-hmm.
You feel safe. Your heart is opened, and that's the moon in Aquarius as well, where the moon tends to be our emotional body, and Aquarius is our soul tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're with those who resonate at a similar frequency and a greater intelligence is being triggered, insight and awareness, you feel like you're really being welcomed into a broader circle beyond your own uh, blood related tribe. You know,
Right. Mm-hmm.
you're realizing that blood isn't thicker than water. It's like there's a greater there's a greater connection that's realized when
Mm-hmm.
our souls connect with one another
Right.
and begin to combine their natural unique gifts and resonance into a greater field of unity, which happens
Mm-hmm.
on its own. When you don't create the unity, it's already there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just when you're with soul tribe, it just naturally unfolds. You can't help it, feel it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a drum circle, man, it's just like everyone's like, heart, you listen to it's a deep exercise in listening because you're listening to the fundamental undertone of the rhythm and attempting to match it or add to it,
Compliment. Mm-hmm.
complement it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and build the resonance. And then every once in a while, you'll be able to add a new aspect of that underlying tone to raise it to a higher level. That's the individual star within the constellation. And
Mm-hmm.
but the whole experience is one of the heart opening, the heartbeat. The drum beat is the heartbeat
That's
to
right.
a
Important.
greater, more profound experience of love than the individuals thought was possible.
Mm-hmm.
And this can be, the attempt of us to experience that depth of love, in a personal relationship, one on one. That can go so far. That's more of a personal initiation. But the Aquarius Leo axis is more of a global initiation
Mm-hmm.
of soul tribe emerging in more visible ways to offer others who are looking for that connection to find us.
Yeah.
And now we have the medium, this magical tool that we tend to take for granted, so that other soul tribe members from around the world can find us, can find
Mm-hmm.
each other,
Mm-hmm.
and just a beautiful opportunity to emerge into the light.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay, so let me ask you, when you say the United States is, being called forward, because I feel like some people might think that means the president or politics, what would you say it means when the United States is being called forward?
yeah. The sun does tend to represent the president
Okay.
in a national chart,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also ultimately with the Aquarius full moon. Aquarius is we the people.
Mm-hmm.
So in contrast to the sun, opposite the sun,
Mm-hmm.
we the people take our power.
Yes. You know,
And yeah, and that's pretty much the opportunities being offered, especially from now until June of next year,
mm,
for this greater depth of love, care, and value for the power of the people
mm-hmm.
to emerge as the advancing wave.
Mm.
because those we elect supposedly are servants of the people,
Yeah.
and those who've forgotten that need to be reminded that they're here to serve us. We're not
Right.
here to serve them.
Shame. Mm-hmm.
Because the dark side of Leo is also needing to be the brightest light in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And, like a king or a queen walking into the room, everybody just bows.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius is opposite, saying, well, brother or sister, why don't you just join the party and relax?
Right.
Why don't you just have some fun with all of us and become a constellation? Become one of the
Mm,
brothers or sisters that's opening the way for all stars to shine as brightly as you do.
mm-hmm.
So we'll see that contrast here in America, where those who are now recognizing that the power really does rest in the people really
Mm-hmm.
come forward and unite with one another as the power of love moving in the United States of America to restore the essence, the soul, the gift of America to the world as an agent of the power of love that unites us all.
Mm,
And if that begins to happen, then we know we're coming out the other side, and being the true uh, shining light on the hill.
mm-hmm.
It's
I
not
really,
it's not to be the most, you know, this old superpower, it's all that other stuff crap we think about. It's to
mm-hmm.
be the power. It's to be the uniter of the world. And as we as Americans had gained the reputation of being the melting pot,
Right.
welcoming all races, creeds, cultures, and religions, that as a unifying power of love to liberate the human race, to recognize and acknowledge the beauty and gift we all carry through our differences with one another,
Mm-hmm.
that our differences are to be celebrated, not feared,
Yeah.
to be honored and supported, not without an attempt to um, dominate with one particular cultural value over the other.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole gift of America. That's why so many people have come here from
Right.
that kind of cultural oppression that
Mm-hmm.
dominates much of the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are the inner are the source of the wars that are being fought
Mm-hmm.
beyond the cultural, beyond the greed for resources. There's also that conflict of culture over culture. Which culture is going to be the
The
shining
dominant.
light on the hill?
Right.
So as we return to the celebration of the differences we represent to one another. I mean, I had this a while ago. I just had this really funny image. I was looking at a rainbow, and all of a sudden I see one of the colors of the rainbow getting a little brighter and trying to overlap with the other ones. It's like that color was competing to be the brightest light in the rainbow. It says, "What is going on here?"
Like, wait,
Wait a minute. This is not, this is a rainbow. Just all the colors are
are
shining
together.
together
Yeah.
equally brilliantly. That's what makes the rainbow so beautiful. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a metaphor for, you know, unhealthy ego, because I don't get down on the ego, but unhealthy ego trying to boost its likes on Facebook or whatever to gain ascendancy over the other colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so just relax. And I told the color just relax, and it finally relaxed and says, "Oh wow, okay, cool. The whole rainbow's beautiful. I can just take my place now."
Right.
But that's the frequency of the greater love coming in,
Mm,
because what will bring world peace is not coming from the outside through any technique, culture, or government. It's the depth of the opening of every person's heart on the planet,
mhm,
that because the power of love by its very nature unites us.
mhm. And it's very
That's
contagious.
that, yeah, and it's very contagious, and that the depth of love that many have experienced by through NDEs or other enlightening mystical experiences. What they walk away with is wow, my heart was just blown open as big as the universe.
Mhm.
That was the awakening. It wasn't
Right.
wasn't an awareness of some kind. You know, it's like it was just the vast opening of their heart that completely
Yeah.
changed their lives.
Hmm.
And that's the opportunity of this portal. But to come together as a rainbow would, or a drum circle,
Hmm.
to really celebrate our differences and how beautiful an orchestra of instruments is, with each person in that orchestra playing their individual instrument so
Right.
beautifully that it merges with the others and creates this transcendent sound that lifts everyone to a heavenly experience is
Hmm.
really what we're looking for. So any opportunity you have to support that kind of that effort, where you feel the power of love moving, just add your love to it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just show up, and you know, the greatest gift we can ever give to anyone is our presence.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just being present with someone and being available to have the love flow. Yeah.
Right. Whew. I need to take a deep breath on this to integrate.
Yes.
No, I really love this. We the people, because I feel like, some people might say, I'm just one person. What can I do? It's a big
Hmm.
common saying. And then, of course, there are many people coming together to protest and to rally and to, fight for what is good. And I really love this message because, it's calling forth. I feel like it's speaking to those people who don't know what to do but want to do something. I feel like there's been a lot of
Hmm.
people now who are, of course, aware of what's happening and asking how they can contribute, what they can do to help.
Hmm.
And with the energy, it seems from this portal, with the message behind the energy of this portal is, come into your heart and share love with anybody that you can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The first step in any process like this is always coming home to yourself,
Hmm.
realizing the beauty and power of the light that you are,
Hmm.
having full confidence in it,
Hmm.
and it's not a false confidence. It's a true confidence based on the depth of your connection to your own soul and its beauty and gift.
Hmm.
So if you want to be a part of a constellation, you've got to be a star too.
True that.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the first step.
Mm,
And like that old Michael Jackson song, "The Man in the Mirror" or "The Woman in the Mirror." You know, it's like,
yeah.
get straight with him or her.
First.
Get off your own case.
Hmm.
Realize how, kind of acknowledge yourself for being crazy enough to volunteer and walk around with all these crazy humans at this time in our history. Acknowledge yourself for that. Courage,
Right.
you have nothing else. And with these portals, they tend to things and people, events, opportunities tend to just show up
Hmm.
out of the blue sometimes.
Hmm.
And then if your own heart is open and you really recognize the beauty and gift of your own nature, you'll be have an inner excitement about bringing what you have to the circle.
Hmm.
You're not looking so much to receive, but love, once it's activated, is looking to share the love you carry
Hmm.
with the circle.
Hmm.
It just overflows within you. Okay.
Hmm.
And so watch how events or even individuals go to the place where people are celebrating, especially if there's diversity involved,
Hmm.
and just add your love to it. Don't go there looking to receive, but to share the overflow of love that you're feeling so
To
much.
give
You
that
and
love.
in that overflow, you'll receive a whole lot in return. It's like, but you're not going there to receive. You're going there to
Right.
share
Hmm.
from the overflow of your own being. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
and in that way, then the true soul connections will emerge that will take us into very unexpected ways of advancing the cause of the entire human family coming back home to itself, because that's the
Mm.
goal.
Yeah. Woo. So this weekend, starting from Friday 8/8, is going to be extremely powerful, seemingly going all the way up till August 12th, as you mentioned. But of course, honestly, for the rest of the year, I know.
Yeah, and the Sun Quetzalcoatl conjunction will be even closer. It's
Mm,
getting even closer. So it really started on August 1st, and it's been
mhm,
building since.
mhm.
And the new moon tends to set the seed that then begins to more and more so become evident and manifest by the full moon. And
Yeah.
then shortly after that, um, by the 11th, 12th, this Venus Jupiter conjunction really just takes the ball, takes the baton, and starts running with it. You know?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So just be open to who and what shows up.
mm,
Know that it's a constant um, experience of being available to the magic as it unfolds,
mm,
not needing to know where it's taking you or what to do with it,
mhm,
but to allow the experience to surprise you into the depth and experience of a deeper love than you've known before.
mm.
And that love itself will guide the way.
Yes.
All
You
right.
know, lastly, I just want to add that so when I was in Shasta, a few weeks ago, I did a meditation at the meadow that we were at, and I had a vision. So I just feel like let me just add it into this and share it because there was a vision that was pertaining to this coming weekend, this 8/8 portal.
Beautiful.
And the vision was of a window. And I said,
Okay.
no, a window, not a door. I said, no, a window of opportunity. I said, oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. So I'm in the meditation, I'm listening, I'm seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and it said, when you come to the window, it's about a reset. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reset available to anybody who makes the decision to be reset or to consciously decide on what that reset means, and using this
Mm-hmm.
word avatar, I think it's a great inspiration because when we think about consciously deciding who we're going to be and who we're going to reset into, it is kind of like embodying an avatar or creating an avatar to become.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it said, when you arrive at the window, leave your bags and free your hands. And I
Okay.
said, so letting go and
Mm-hmm.
emptying, creating room. And say, yeah, because when you come to the other side, you do the giving thing, and you must have free hands to receive.
Right.
So I said, okay, so that to me was like an opportunity for people to let go any baggage, whatever that may mean, it's relative, and to
Mm-hmm.
free the hands. What are we holding on to that we can release or at least loosen the grip? Um, because there's something waiting for us that and there's something that wants to be given to us should we decide to receive it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that movement of a tight grip.
Mm-hmm.
It's also when you're ready to fight somebody, right?
Right. Right.
So open your hands and reach out. First of all, maybe you might want to shake their hand, but when you reach out like that, it's like give them a hug.
Mm.
So you're not in a fighting stance any longer.
Wow.
You're open to connection,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's not just because here you're like receiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want something, but when you open your hands, you're also willing. You're also in the position to give.
Mm-hmm.
So that letting go is letting go of holding on to your light as well,
Yeah.
and sharing it with others, having
Mm-hmm.
confidence that your light will bring something of value to others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the open-handed stance that you're talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're open to receive, but also
Open to
willing to
give.
share. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the Leo. The Leo sun is about coming out of hiding and really allowing yourself to be witnessed and seen,
Mm-hmm.
as well as
Allowing,
seeing and witnessing. Yeah.
right. Allowing the heart to shine.
Yeah. And the courage to be seen. Because when you make yourself available, it's just, whoa, people see me. Yeah.
Could be scary. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like some people are so down on themselves, they're freaked out if anyone notices them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said earlier about coming home to yourself is the first step.
Mm,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So that was a beautiful image there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Starwalker, as always. And thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. And if you like this, please go down below and hit the subscribe button, hit like. We're here with Eric Starwalker. You can let them know how to find you.
Yeah, it's Facebook Messenger is the easiest way. Or you can email me at E as in Eric, E Starwalker, not Skywalker, E Starwalker at yahoo.com. Or if
Beautiful.
you're a friend of our friend here, then Joshua, then you can ask him for my phone number.
Aho. Thank you, brother, for your time, your
All
knowledge,
right.
your wisdom. And I will see you this
Thanks
week.
for getting me high.
I will see you on the mountain.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Be there on
Looking forward to
Thursday.
that.
Yeah.
Much love.
Much love. Peace.
Okay, peace.